Welcome back to our channel History Coins HD. As you that old is gold, but these rare $quarter coins that are most valuable than you think, don't spend one of them. You're lucky if you have one of these, so please watch complete video and find your treasure. Let's start this. Number 1. Coin lovers and collectors from around the world. Today, we're saddling up for an exciting ride into American coin history as we explore one of the most talked about state quarters ever minted, the 2007 Wyoming State Quarter. You might think it's just another coin in your pocket, but you'd be surprised to find out that one very specific version of this coin could be worth a jaw-dropping fortune. So, whether you're a seasoned numismatist or just someone who stumbled upon a shiny quarter and got curious, stick around. What you're about to discover might just send you digging through your spare change by the end of this video. Let's kick things off with a bit of a backstory. The Wyoming State Quarter was released in 2007 as part of the legendary 50 State Quarters program. This was a massive initiative by the U.S. Mint that ran from 1999 to 2008, celebrating each of the 50 states with its own unique design. For collectors, this was a golden era. Each new coin sparked a fresh wave of excitement. Wyoming's quarter was the 44th to be released in the series, paying tribute to the cowboy state's rugged heritage and independent spirit. Now here's where things get interesting. The design of the Wyoming quarter is one of the most minimalist of the entire collection, but don't let that fool you. It features the iconic image of a bucking horse and rider, an enduring symbol of the state's Wild West roots. The design is so deeply associated with Wyoming that it's been on license plates, state branding, and even university logos for decades. Simple, bold, and instantly recognizable, what makes this coin especially fascinating isn't just its design, but what lies beneath the surface, literally. While millions of these quarters were produced, a very small number came off the minting presses with striking errors or variations. These include misalignments, double die obverse, and even rare planchet mistakes. And that's where things start getting valuable. Picture this. A coin you once might have used to buy a candy bar could actually be a hidden treasure if it falls into one of these rare categories. Coins with these kinds of errors are not just mistakes, they're anomalies. One-of-a-kind pieces that ignite bidding wars in coin auctions and attract serious attention from collectors, but rarity alone isn't the only factor. Condition is just as critical. A coin that's been kept in pristine, uncirculated condition, free from scratches, nicks, or tarnish is exponentially more valuable than one that's been rattling around in a drawer for years. Combine that level of preservation with a confirmed mint error, and you've got something incredibly special on your hands. So how do you know if your 2007 Wyoming quarter is valuable? First, examine it closely. Use a magnifying glass or coin loop to look for doubling in the letters, especially in the word Liberty or the phrase, "In God We Trust." Check the rims for unusual thickness or any signs of off-centering. If something looks strange or unusual, you might be holding something far rarer than you think. Collectors are passionate about these kinds of finds, and dealers often pay top dollar for coins that show unique features or confirmed minting errors. The more distinctive the mistake and the better the coin's condition, the higher the value it can command. And yes, these aren't just $5 or $10 deals. We're talking about numbers that could make your jaw drop. And now, here comes the part you've been waiting for. Among the handful of 2007 Wyoming quarters that have turned up with exceptionally rare errors and are preserved in near-perfect mint condition, there have been cases where these coins were appraised and sold for an astonishing $48,000. That's right. $48,000 for a single state quarter. Just imagine holding that kind of money in the palm of your hand in the form of a coin you once thought was ordinary. So, before you toss that spare change into the vending machine or hand over that quarter at the gas station, take a second look. You might be unknowingly carrying a tiny piece of treasure. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare and valuable coins, don't forget to tap that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss out on the next discovery. Who knows what might be lurking in your pocket change? Until next time, keep collecting, keep exploring, and keep the treasure hunt alive. Number 2. We're talking about the 2022 Dr. Sally Ride quarter. And trust me, by the time this video ends, you're going to want to go digging through every quarter you own. And now, why this coin? What makes it stand out from the millions minted every year? Well, let's start with the story, because every great coin is more than just metal, it's history, heritage, and in this case, a tribute to a pioneer. Dr. Sally Ride wasn't just the first American woman in space, she was a physicist, an educator, and a trailblazer who inspired generations of girls and boys alike to reach for the stars. In 1983, aboard the Space Shuttle Challenger, she made history. And in 2022, her legacy was honored in the form of a $quarter coin as part of the U.S. Mint's American Women Quarters program. It's not every day that someone with such an incredible legacy ends up on a coin. And this isn't just any design, it's beautiful, symbolic, and rich with meaning. The reverse side of the quarter shows Dr. Ride gazing out of a shuttle window toward Earth, a powerful reflection of her role not just as an astronaut, but as a visionary. Surrounding her are the words Dr. Sally Ride and E Pluribus Unum, connecting her personal legacy with that of the nation. On the obverse side is a stunning depiction of George Washington, designed by Laura Garden Fraser, one of the most important female sculptors in American coin history. It's a subtle nod to the women of the past and present who have shaped the nation in powerful ways. Now, here's where things go from meaningful to exciting. While millions of these quarters were struck at various mints across the country, the ones made at the Philadelphia Mint, marked with a P, have gained significant attention. Most of them entered circulation like any ordinary coin. But among those, there are a handful that stand out due to remarkable errors, double die strikes, and unintentional minting anomalies. Imagine this: a quarter meant to honor a woman who traveled to space is now, in a twist of fate, being elevated once more, this time as one of the rarest and most valuable coins of the modern age. One of the most intriguing aspects of this coin's growing legend is the discovery of rare strike-through errors, off-center strikes, and in particular, coins showing doubling in the inscriptions or the fine details of the portrait. These aren't always visible to the naked eye, you need a good magnifying glass or coin loupe. Look carefully at the inscriptions, the textures, and the windows of the shuttle on the reverse. If anything appears distorted or doubled, you might be holding something truly extraordinary. Collectors and dealers alike have been scrambling to find high-grade examples of this quarter, especially those with verified errors. Quarters with these rare features, combined with pristine condition, what experts call MS67 or higher on the grading scale, are fetching stunning amounts in the collector's market. But it's not just the error coins. Even regular 2022p Dr. Sally Ride quarters in perfect condition, those that never saw circulation and were immediately preserved, are in high demand. The combination of historical significance, artistic value, and limited error struck pieces makes this one of the hottest quarters in recent years. So the big question remains, how much could one of these coins actually be worth? Well, brace yourself. If you happen to have a 2022p Dr. Sally Ride quarter in mint condition, with a rare and verified minting error, it could fetch an eye-popping $38,000. Yes, you heard that right. $38,000 for a single quarter that might be sitting unnoticed in a drawer, a coin jar, or a pocket right now. So before you spend that change at the convenience store, take a second look. Examine those quarters closely. Especially the ones from 2022 with the letter P mint mark. You could be staring at a hidden gem. But if you found this story inspiring and you're excited to learn more about rare and valuable coins, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you never miss out on our next treasure hunt. We bring the world of coins to life and show you that the ordinary can truly become extraordinary. Until next time, happy collecting and keep your eyes on the coins. You never know when one small piece of change might just change your life. Number 3. If you're a collector, a treasure hunter, or just someone who loves a good hidden gem story, you're in for a real treat today. We're going to explore a recent but remarkably rare and valuable coin, the 2021 D quarter. Yep, that's right. A coin so new, many people still overlook it, but one special version of this coin has become a modern legend in the world of coin collecting. So grab your magnifying glasses and get comfortable, because this is the kind of story that starts in your pocket and could end with a shocking twist. Let's go back to 2021 for a moment. The U.S. Mint had just wrapped up the epic 12-year run of the 50-state quarters program and the follow-up America the Beautiful series. That year marked the return of a very special piece of American iconography, George Washington crossing the icy Delaware River during the Revolutionary War. The new quarter honored that historic moment with a fresh and bold design. Unlike previous designs that featured parks or states, this one zoomed in on a single defining event in America's fight for independence. It was a shift in tone, detailed, dramatic, and deeply patriotic. On the reverse side, you see General George Washington, standing tall and commanding as he leads his troops across the river. The image is full of motion and meaning. The kind of design that stirs something deep in the heart of any history lover. On the front, a sharp, stylized bust of Washington returns, more commanding than ever. The details are striking. The inscriptions are clean and bold. And in the lower left, that tiny letter D stands for the Denver Mint, which produced a massive run of these quarters. But here's where the real twist comes in. While millions of these 2021 D quarters were struck and entered circulation, only a select few left the mint with mysterious and rare flaws, errors so subtle that most people never notice them. But for the trained eye, they're a signal of immense value. Collectors have found error versions of the 2021 D quarter with doubling in the inscriptions, odd die cracks near Washington's head, off-center strikes, and even strike-throughs where foreign materials got pressed into the coin during the minting process. These aren't just accidents. In the world of numismatics, they are treasures, unexpected creations that instantly skyrocket in value due to their rarity. What's even more exciting is that this coin is still so new. It hasn't yet faded into obscurity or gotten lost in decades of pocket wear. Which means people are still discovering high-grade examples that have never been touched, never been used, coins in what collectors call mint state condition. Now here's the part that might make your heart race a little faster. Because if you've got a 2021 D quarter sitting at the bottom of your change jar, or tucked away in your car's cup holder, you might want to take a second look. What should you be looking for? First, that little D mint mark just above the date, that's the key. Then inspect the details closely. Use a magnifying glass to check for doubling in words like e pluribus unum or liberty. Look at the lines in the river on the reverse side. Do they look distorted or off balance? Are there odd lines, gouges, or shapes that don't belong? These could all be indicators that your quarter is something very special. And here's the kicker: when one of these 2021 D quarters with an extremely rare minting error and preserved in pristine condition surfaced at auction, it sent shockwaves through the collecting world. A coin barely a year old, suddenly the talk of major numismatic forums and collector circles. You might be asking, how much could a small quarter, from as recently as 2021, possibly be worth? Well, I hope you're sitting down, because that one single coin, a flawless example with a verified and documented error from the Denver Mint, was valued at a staggering $43,000. That's right. 43,000 US dollars. From a coin that many people still overlook as just another quarter in their wallet. So the next time you're handed a few coins as change, don't just stuff them into your pocket. Take a moment. Look closely. Because sometimes, buried in the most ordinary moments, is something truly extraordinary waiting to be found. And if you're loving stories like this, rare coins, hidden treasures, and real-life mysteries, make sure you subscribe to the channel, give this video a thumbs up, and ring that notification bell so you never miss a discovery. There's so much more to come. Until next time, keep your eyes open, your magnifying glass handy, and always remember, fortune favors the curious. Number 4. Now, imagine this: you're sifting through your change, just another normal day. A quarter glints in the light, nothing unusual at first. But then, you notice the year, 2022. And the name engraved beside the image, Dr. Sally Ride. You might think, cool, she was the astronaut, right? Yes, the astronaut. But what you may not know is that this very coin could be one of the most exciting and valuable pieces of US currency minted in the last few years, and by the time we finish this video, you'll understand why one small quarter might just be worth a life-changing amount if you've got the right one. Let's rewind just a bit. In 2022, the United States Mint launched the American Women Quarters Program, an initiative to honor trailblazing women in American history. And one of the very first to be celebrated? Dr. Sally Kristen Ride, the first American woman in space. A physicist, an astronaut, a national icon, she broke barriers not just for women, but for anyone dreaming of something bigger than themselves. The 2022 P quarter featuring Dr. Sally Ride wasn't just a piece of metal, it was a tribute to a woman who literally reached for the stars. On the coin's reverse, you'll see a powerful image: Sally Ride peering out of a space shuttle window, the Earth behind her. It's not just artistic, it's deeply symbolic. The gaze is reflective, thoughtful, and determined, quality she embodied both in space and on Earth. And that little P mint mark? That tells us this coin came from the Philadelphia Mint. But here's where things get interesting. Not every coin minted in Philly that year came out the same. Some were struck with extraordinary detail and precision. Others, very few, were minted with rare flaws. A subtle double strike here, a misplaced die there, an unusual texture or rim anomaly. These are what collectors call error coins, and they're incredibly desirable, especially when the coin already carries historical significance, combine rarity, condition, and cultural importance, and now you've got a coin that collectors will battle for. But let's not forget about condition. A coin that's been tossed around in pockets, dropped, or scraped up isn't going to break records. But one that's been perfectly preserved? Uncirculated? Graded professionally at a high mint state level like MS67 or above? That's the kind of condition that raises eyebrows in the numismatic world. Let's talk about real stories for a second. Because in the past year, several of these 2022-piece Sally Ride quarters have surfaced with exceptional qualities, ones that make seasoned collectors and coin dealers stop in their tracks. We're talking visible doubling in the inscriptions, die clashes that left ghostly outlines in the coins fields, and a few quarters so sharp in their strike, so flawless in their finish, that they've been submitted for certification and returned with top-tier grading. And here's the fun part, these weren't found in some secret collector's vault. They were found by ordinary people. In change. In coin rolls from the bank. In parking meters. That's the magic of modern coin collecting. You never know where the next great discovery will be. So what should you look for? First, check the year, 2022. Look for the name Dr. Sally Ride on the reverse. Then, check for the P mint mark. Once you've got that, examine the coin closely. Is the strike crisp? Are the letters clean and bold? Any doubling on "In God We Trust" or "E Pluribus Unum"? Look at the rim, any unusual thickness or missing detail? These are all clues that you might be holding something far more valuable than face value. And finally, the moment you've been waiting for. Among the known examples of this coin, particularly those struck in Philadelphia with verified minting errors and preserved in uncirculated, high-grade condition, some have reached astonishing heights in value. How high? Well, a single 2022 Dr. Sally Ride quarter with an extremely rare error and pristine grading has been valued as high as $35,000. Yes, you heard right. $35,000 for a quarter that might have slipped through your hands without you ever knowing it. So next time you're handed change, take a second look. That Sally Ride quarter could be more than a cool piece of space history, it might just be your ticket to something extraordinary. Thanks for watching, and if you love rare coins, hidden treasures, and stories that mix history with discovery, be sure to like, subscribe, and tap that bell so you never miss the next hidden gem. Until then, keep hunting, keep dreaming, and always check your change.